Hey, sweet girl. Do you think I could turn you into a gnome? I think you'd look really cute as a gnome.
Mom, I think your obsession with gnomes is getting a little old. I think you need to move on.
You think I'm obsessed?
Just a little bit. This is another collab, you guys. Welcome to Simply Blessed Crafts and, more gnomes. I hope you enjoy.
Alright, everyone. So, Craft Your Stash is our collab for today, and anything you wish. Our host is Sunflower Tasha, DIYs, and Joanna's DIY Life, and our guest host is Lady Red Crafting. Let's get into it, guys. And as Biscuit said in our little intro, we are doing more gnomes. I'm kind of obsessed, yes, I agree. But these ones were kind of really fun. I got this mold off of Amazon, you guys. You've probably seen me use it before if you've been on my channel long enough. But I recently picked up some of the mushrooms from Dollar Tree, and I've done these on my channel before. But since I picked up some, I've been really wanting to do a few of these. So I decided I was just going to do a few up in different forms or whatever, and just to have them. They turn out adorable, especially with the little feet. The mold is very cheap on Amazon too, you guys. It's only like $5 or $6. So it's like a little, they call it a bear one. I could probably try to have it linked down in my description box if I remember. I am using caramel. What I showed the thing, but it's like caramel's like the perfect color for skin color. I was trying to find some kind of like peach or whatever, but these kind of seem to be like perfect for that. Right here, I set aside my feet to kind of dry after I painted them. Make sure you paint them first, because otherwise it helps with the cracking anyway. But I took 2 key ring loops, and I'm grabbing some wire here, and I am basically just wrapping some wire around. I really wish I would have zoomed in, you guys, so you guys could see this better, because then I wouldn't have shown as much, but I'm just basically yapping at this particular moment. But right now I'm just grabbing one. I wrapped around first, and then I'm grabbing the other one and wrapping around. I'm leaving a little gap in between the two of them. I'm basically going to be making little glasses for our little gnome. That's basically what I'm trying to make here. So I'm going to leave the little nose piece basically in between. The two are, obviously for his eyeglasses. And then I'm going to grab a couple of other pieces of wire. I fold it in half, and now I zoom in for you guys so you can actually see what the heck I'm doing. But I'm just basically twisting that around the side of it now. We're going to make the little ear pieces. These technically don't really matter. To be honest with you, you probably don't even need to put these on there. I did, just to kind of give it a little bit more of an effect. But you probably could just glue the little eye things onto his little nose. Because, I mean, they don't have any ears, of course, so. But anyway, doesn't really matter. After I get all of this done, I do end up cutting. These are just scrap pieces of like those tin. It's like aluminum pans from Dollar Tree. These are just pieces of scraps that I have in my stash, and I'm just basically circling around. I did the middle part because I wanted to cut around a little bit larger, because I wanted that to be inside this. I do glue these down right now, but I actually take them off later, and I'm gonna wrap these glasses. So I don't really show me gluing these down, but I'm just letting you know because I do pull them up. So like kind of like right now, I'm pulling them up. So I grabbed this ribbon in my stash and I decided to wrap these glasses around with this ribbon. I am going to go with a little bit of a retro gnome. He's going to be kind of like from the 80s, like cowbunga dude type dude. And I have this ribbon in my stash. To be honest, I've never used it. I don't know where it came from, probably from just a garage sale or something. But they have all these different colored stars, and this is probably the closest thing I had to retro that I had in my stash. But I basically just grabbed a piece, cut it off, and I'm just wrapping the entire thing all the way around the glasses themselves and the earpieces. And here, my idea with these is I'm trying to cut like the little slits in some of the 80s like retro sunglasses. Some of them had like Z's in them. Some of them had like just like the little lines and stuff. You can find them still on Amazon, but they were a big hit back in like the 80s. So that's kind of where my mind was going with this. So that's kind of why I decided to do the lines. I'm just trying to make them. I had the idea of maybe try to paint them, but I figured that since this was aluminum, that I could probably just cut the holes in them. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. Once I get them to where it's what I was trying to do here, I'm just going to glue them right back down, which the fabric helps immensely. So we know metal don't stick to metal. But yeah, there's our glasses. So we're going to set those aside, and then we're going to grab this little mushroom, and of course it came from Dollar Tree. Now, I did Mod Podge. Oh, I think I actually show that, actually. Okay, I do show that in this one. I Mod Podge all of them. I do not show that in all of them, because otherwise it's just going to get very, what do you call it? You know, very, time-consuming and very, consistent. Every gnome is going to be exactly the same thing. It's just stuff that you don't need to see every single time. Anyway, repetitive. There's the word I was looking for. Anyway, I start off with painting this gnome with this orange, and this is actually by Folk Art. I do not know what is with this this one. I think it's like pure orange, but I did not like this paint at all. It was so goopy. So I got out my Harvest Orange by Apple Barrel to go over top of it. And I just wanted to let you know that this actually was a little bit more of the color I was going for. It's a little bit more neoner than what I wanted. I was trying to go for neon orange. We're going for retro, so we needed more neon. Here I got cobalt blue, I got candy apple, pure yellow, light green, I think, and like some kind of velvet purple, maybe something like that. And we're just basically grabbing a bunch of these and we're just polka dotting all over. We're kind of going for, like I said, the retro, so we're going for like rainbow polka dots, basically. All the colors, every color under the sun. I mean, that was 80s. So, he turns out so stinking cute, you guys. It's the reason why he's number one, because he was my absolute favorite. He's so cute. I mean, I love them all, but I mean, I love mushrooms and I love gnomes, so it just kind of fits. But he turned out so cute. So here I'm just, like I said, I just polka dotted him. And now we're going to take our scrap. I got this from my mom. This is one of the beard fabrics that she gave me for my birthday. So I just cut off a piece that I had, and I figured white would work best since we had all of these other colors. I mean, I had so many other colors that I could have went with, but and now I'm just kind of trying to shape it a little bit with these well, I was gonna say gnomes, but these mushrooms being so short and everything, you kind of have to form them a little bit shorter, and we're gonna add feet to these too, so you kind of have to make room for the feet to be able to stick down and everything too. So, oh, sorry guys, my microphone fell. Might be a little loud, I apologize. I'll try to get it sit back up here. Anyway, but basically you just trim the back of it, trying to get, I mean, you basically just go along and keep doing that to the back with your X-Acto knife. Don't use scissors. And you know, you'll get it eventually. But here we glued it down to our little gnome, and we're gonna brush out a little spot for our little nose here. And then I did grab one of those little scrap pieces. I'm a little out of frame, but I just glued a little piece down, or glued a little piece, and then I kind of folded it. I actually showed this better in like the last DIY, but I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna just kind of out frame his nose at the very top. It kind of gives him a little bit of a mustache. So I lesson learned on these, and I do show it on this. This is my last gnome that I did, and he was actually my favorite, so he got put in the first place. So I've learned this lesson already. So with this clay, and I don't know if it's just this clay because I didn't have problems with my last one, but anyway, I figured out that this clay does not, I have a hard time getting this clay to stick to these mushrooms for some odd reason. They pop up all the time and everything like that. So shout out to Joanna, which is one of the hosts today. She is one that has kind of sworn by using felt to help glue down anything like this, and I have come to the realization that it does work. I put the little felt down on the little feet of the clay feet, and I glue it down to our little gnome, and it works great. It just gives it something else to adhere to. I don't know if it's just because of the coarseness of the clay and the coarseness of the terracotta mushroom or whatever, but it just does not work. Anyway, now we're gonna glue the little glasses down to his little nose. And you saw me, I just put a little bit down on that little spot where we have for the nose, and then I glued a little bit down to the very top of the mushroom just to get them to stick. Here I kind of got out of a little bit of frame again, but I just kind of cut down a little piece of tag wood piece that I had in my stash. It's a piece from Dollar Tree. It has actually one of those key ring holders on it and everything, but I just cut that in half basically, and I'm just gonna paint this with kind of a very light blue color. Again, we're kind of going for the bright colors, so I painted that color, and I'm gonna grab a little stick here, and we're gonna glue that right down to the back. We're gonna just make a little sign for him to hold. Well, he doesn't even really hold it, but I'm gonna make it look like he's gonna hold it. So I grabbed some red, I think it's back to the candy apple is what I do, and we're gonna go totally rad, I think is what I do on him. I put a couple little squigglies on it too, because that's totally in. I do kind of decorate the sign up a little bit. I mean, the squigglies and all that stuff, the polka dots and all that was very in, so we're kind of just going to get all the colors and just kind of lightly brush over some of this a little bit. Yeah. And then we're going to just find the spot that we want, and we're going to just glue a little bit down on that the bottom of the little stick, and then I'm going to put a little bit at the top of the very corner of that sign, just to stick it to the mushroom. And it sticks perfectly. There you guys go. Project number 2. So I grabbed another one of these little mushrooms, of course. This already has a coat of Mod-Podge on it, like I said. This one I believe is called light. It's just light pink, I think. This one's by Folk Art. This one can kind of go more for Valentine's Day. I do like 3 coats of this on here just to get it the color that I wanted. You probably didn't need to go that many, but I really wanted it to be substantial. I actually grabbed some of my it's like antique gold by Folk Art, I think it is. And I just kind of dabbed a little. I tried to do a heart, but I didn't really like that. But I decided to go in with some of my antique white paint, and I'm just going to paint little hearts, little white hearts on him. And we just kind of go all the way around and do that. And he turns out absolutely adorable. He's just the cutest little thing. Once he's all finished, I do end up going in with a couple more little of the gold polka dots. He just needed a couple more to tie in with all the white. I felt after we got the white, it just kind of like he couldn't see the gold as much, so we added a few more. So these beards here, they're already pre-cut. These actually came from my aunt. She also gave me a bunch of stuff during Thanksgiving time. It was probably more for Christmas, birthday, whatever. She just stopped making gnomes, and she knew I still did it. So she gave me pretty much all of her stuff. So they're way too long for what I was going for here, and I do have a couple of them in my stash. So I decided I was going to cut this one down a little bit. So I did just cut the bottom of it off a little bit, and it seemed to be about right, so I did fold this one a little bit, I think. So this is another way to make it a little bit shorter, if you ever need it a little bit shorter. Just kind of fold the little top end in. It also makes the top look a little bit cleaner. And then I do also cut a little bit of the mustache again, like we did the previous one. Here we're going to put our little nose down on it. And then I kind of show you that I'm gluing that down, and we're just going to stick that right down on his little nose again. See, now this is kind of where I showed you an example. So I tried gluing his little foot down, and this was before I did the oh my gosh, I spit it out, Tiffany. The felt thing. And I just come to the conclusion that it just doesn't work. And I kind of showed you that it just, like, literally just pops up. It does not even stick. So, so then I just grab a piece of felt again, and I'm just gonna cover the bottom of the little clay foot with felt, and then I do cut around the edges, make sure the felt isn't seen at all. I do that for both of the little toes. This one's actually seen a little bit better. I think I actually made sure I was showing you in the camera. Kind of spread his little beard out a little bit. Make sure that we're not gluing down whatever we don't want to glue down. And we're just going to stick that right down. And it did pull up a little bit, but we just glue it right back down and it sits just fine. And we do have names for all of these little guys. I think we're going to go with Harding for this little one since he has hearts all over him. I don't remember what we had for the retro gnome. I think it was... I'll have to talk to my husband. We'll have to have it linked down in the description box or something. I don't know. Ryan had names for all of these little guys. I think... Harding, I think, was what fits this one here. Because he has hearts all over him. I did have these little felt hearts. I cut them down a little bit because I wanted them to fit better on his little feet. But I just glued the little felt. There's like stickers, but the stick didn't work very well. So I just glued them right down, and he's just the cutest little thing. DIY number 3. So this one is actually one I made for my my aunt. I do not have this one in the final reveal, you guys. So I painted him like Atlantis blue. I actually have one similar to this one. He has been shown on the channel before, but she absolutely fell in love with him and she wanted him. So I told her I would make her one. But I wanted to, you know, I had it filmed already, so I figured I'd just show you guys. So I basically just filmed it. I did use antique, or no, it's the gel stain, and I just basically did the little lines up into the mushroom again to kind of make it the little gills or whatever. Used my antique white to do the polka dots. I ain't gonna go into much detail with this fabric either, but I'm basically just doing the same thing I did before and just kind of using my X-Acto knife to just kind of feed through that to get my beard off. This is all fabric that I get. This one I got from Walmart. This one I actually bought myself. But you can pick fabric up from anywhere. All of mine, except for this one, was given to me. But, I mean, to go buy a yard of fabric is pretty cheap. I don't like to use my pre-cut beards for any of this stuff just because I only got a select few of those. But if I go and buy a yard of fabric for this, it's pretty simple to just cut my own length of beard for this, so it's pretty nice. But I do the same thing. I glue the new nose down and everything like that, and I'm not going to probably show too much of the feet either because you've seen me do all of that as well. I do show you that I do the same thing with this one with the mustache thing. I do show this one a little bit more on how I decorated his top, because she wanted moss and stuff like that on the very top of his head. So I do show a little bit more detail on that one. But I don't really show the feet and all that stuff. You guys pretty much got that whole gist down, I'm sure. But I kind of go into... I was having a little bit of issues gluing that one down. This one I didn't use... I had to go back in and glue this one down again. This is the first one I did. So I had to go back in and use more of the felt for his little toes. But we got that taken care of anyway. So here we're going to use some of this. It's called sheet moss. You can get this from Walmart. I don't usually find this kind of stuff at Dollar Tree a whole lot. You can use the Dollar Tree stuff if you can find it. But this stuff looks a little bit more realistic, so I like this stuff a little bit better for the mushrooms. I did have a little ladybug. I glued him right down to the top. These flowers came from a stash that I've had for ages. I don't know if you can find those. I know you can find some similar stuff, but those came from stuff that I picked up a long time ago from my scrapbook stash. And I just glued that down to the top of it. Project number 4. Mod-Podged already. We're painting it green. I think this one's I think his name's Mossy or something like that. I think we named him because he looks like moss. I think my aunt named hers Henry. I think she went with Henry. But I think we're gonna go with, well, maybe it was Clover. That was what we were deciding. I think we're gonna do Clover on him because he's green, and it's close enough to St. Patty's Day. We'll go with Clover on him. I think that's what we're gonna go with. But I basically do the same thing. We're dotting him. I do make a little bit of lines on him too, kind of going up to give him a little bit more of the detail. If I could just remember the retro guy's name. I don't remember what we named him. Anyway, so I do show you the beard again. We're doing kind of like a gray one. That one I got from my mom too, I believe. No, I believe it was from my mom. My aunt kind of cut all of hers down, so. This beard, I absolutely love this one. It is so fluffy. This one looks really good. It looks really long. This one was a really good beard. And then this one, I do show you a little bit better of what exactly I do. So I glue a little bit of there, and I just kind of pinch inside there like that. And then I'll glue the edge down like this, and then just stick it right in between the nose and that mushroom. I did have a little strand. And then you have a perfect little mustache on your mushroom gnome. And then you have the little feet all glued down. And he's all done too, guys. Final reveal. And like I said, little Henry is not in this one, but we have little Clover, little retro dude, which I'm not remembering what his name is, and I think little Harding. And they just turned out all so cute. Let me know down below, guys, what you guys think. Make sure you go check out everybody over at the playlist. Make sure you give all of them some love. Joanna and Sunflower Tasha and our guest host, Lady Red Crafting. They're all wonderful. And I will see you guys actually tomorrow. I have another playlist, so make sure you guys stick around. God bless. Bye.